structure levels or key levels that we've been talking about. We've been plugging on our charts, right? So as we can see right now, I'm watching at Euro USD. I'm still doing the same things, guys. If you can check, I still have my majors, which is 1.1, 1.2. Those are my majors. The minus 1.5, 2.5, 105, and then my minis, right? So what is this telling us, right? So the rule to trade these key levels, right, is that whenever price, if you look at price, let's start from here and then we're gonna go there, right? So let's look at this. Let's start from here. A little bit of a lesson will help. So let's start from here. As you can see from here, price broke our key level, right? It doesn't matter if it's a mini, it doesn't matter if it's a major, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it broke our key level, right? Or our structure level. So as it broke our structure level, now this structure is going to act as our support, right? So price moved and broke also this. So what price actually tells us, or what these structures actually tells us, is that once price breaks our structure level, it has a highest probability of going to the next structure level, so that you can either look for reversal opportunity or continuation opportunity. Like for example, it broke here, which was a continuation opportunity. You could have bought and then it went up, and then it broke here and then it came back and retest, which means it's a continuation signal for you to buy again. Even here, continuation, it broke, came back and retest, but as it retest, it came down a bit and then finally stood inside, right? Stood on top of our key level, and then from here, if it cannot break, it must what? Come back to the next or the previous key level, or it must go back to the previous again key level. So whenever it breaks, it has a highest probability of continuing to the next key level. Whenever it rejects, it has a highest probability of coming back to the same key level it broke to retest, right? So this is what it does. It broke, it rejects here, false reject. This is a rejection, by the way. It comes to the next key level. Almost, it broke here, almost reached our key level, but sometimes it does that. It's not perfect, guys. You must know that nothing is 100%, but as a guidance to what we are doing, this is really good, right? And then again, it came back. Since it broke here, it came back and broke and retest, and now it has the highest probability of going to 200, right? So it turns halfway, comes back again, push up, comes back again. It broke, it has a highest chance of going to 1225, right? It did that, and also it did that even here. It broke, comes back, and then retest, reject, 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 halfway of it, which was now it is those supports of saying, oh, it rejected here, so it eventually must reject. We have 1 2 3 rejection on the same level. It applies, yes, those are good support and resistance, but these ones are perfect ones, right? So price respect the major ones. These are the major ones. Even if it's a minor, we call them major. Just I wanted to show you how to plot them. This is major, as we said, this is minor, this is mini, but they all act the same way, right? They all act the same way. So now price broke here. As you can see, price broke. As price broke here, you must understand that price will reject this key level and then go to the next key level. It does that, right? As you can see, retest, go to the next key level. Did it broke this key level, the blue one? Yes, it did. comes back here, it rejects. Once it rejects this key level, it must go back to where? To the 17175 key level. It rejects here, it must go where? If you look, it's Euro USD, guys. It must go where? It must go to my 1.1225, right? It didn't reach there, but it came back, right? It was supposed to reject here. As price goes in its own manner, right? We are not in control of price. So it came back inside our key level, right? Our support. Now it's turned into resistance, right? As it turns into support, now it was resistance, now it's support. It goes back to 175, right? As it goes back there, what happens? It rejects, must come back again here. I'm not saying this one, remember. It must come back again here. It broke, plays along, and then now there was a reject of support that are normal. Supports that are normal that we normally look at. Yes, they play along, they help you. Don't forget them. 10 here, it also 10 here, but the key level, it is important. It broke, it must go to the next key level. It did that. It rejects perfectly, comes back. It retests perfectly, comes back and tests the key level. Now it goes back up and down just like that, right? As you can see, it is respecting the key levels. Once it breaks, it must go to the next. Once it rejects, it must go to the next key level. It breaks, yes, it went to the next key level. As you can see, price is here. It broke, yes, according to the strategy that you are using. It must comply, or it must go well with the way you trade in the market, the way you analyzing the market, the way you see price action. It must go along with what this structure level that I showed you how to draw, right? Remember the rule of this structure. Once price breaks a structure level, it is either above or below. Price must always go to the next key level, or it must retest and go to the next key level. It always does that. If you can check, it breaks. The rule says it must go to the next key level, which is this one. Remember, price, it's not here yet. It's here, for example. Now it comes back and retests. It passes here. It must go to the next key level. It passes here. It must go to the next key level. If it rejects, it must come back to this key level. If it rejects, they must go back to that key level. If it rejects, they must go back to, if it breaks here, like here, it must go back to this key level. And then now, there is a reason why price turned here, which is what we going to focus on also, which is support. Those support and resistance that you guys usually draw, they also apply in this manner. You can say it rejects here, now price rejects here, and then boom, it pushes up. So make sure that whenever you analyzing your market, remember, I'm just giving you the way to trade forex easy, the way to make sure that you understand how to draw, you understand the levels, right? The level of understanding how price works, it's important, right? This is part of price action. If someone tells you about price action, you will know that, okay, I know what is support and I know what is resistance, because price eventually it has to have some way it turns, and somewhere it turns against to go back up. Like right now, we can say we're expecting price to come here. It can either reject or it can either break. If it rejects, it will come to this level. If it breaks, it will go up. If it rejects here, like now, it will come to this level. If it breaks, it will go up, depending on how you trade in the forex or how you analyze the market. It will tell you why it is rejecting, why it is doing what it is proceeding, or it is continuing in the manner that it is moving, right? So make sure that you understand, and make sure that whenever you're saying the price is breaking, you are watching on the daily time frame. You've never seen me watching on the 4 hour or whatever. You just watch on the daily time frame, right? You analyze the weekly with, you draw it with your weekly, and then you finish up on the daily. Thank you.